This is the Sainlogic Wi-Fi weather station. Let's take it out of the box. In the box, you get 3 different manuals. This is a serious unit here. First and foremost, they give you like a quick setup guide. This is the easy part. Putting batteries in and all of that. Every single one of these manuals is written in absolute plain English. There's no translation issues or anything like that. It's all very intelligible stuff. You also get a full user manual, and this manual, just so you're aware of what I'm talking about, is 53 pages long, and an app Wi-Fi setup guide in addition to that. So like I said, this is a serious unit and there's a lot going on. You also get these items here. So you get the console, or the base station, if you will. This is going to light up and display all kinds of information. We're going to go over that, of course. And they give you an AC adapter for it. If you don't want to power it via an AC adapter, because this can be desk mounted, or that folds up and there are 3 holes for wall mounting, you can wall mount it instead. And typically on a wall you don't want a wire hanging down. So you can put AAA batteries in this base station here, but doing so, the backlight on it will go out after a period of time, and you're going to have to press a button on it to wake it up. So bear that in mind. It can be read without the backlight, but you just want to be aware of that. It's better to leave it plugged in. Here is the transmitting unit. This does all kinds of stuff here. It has a bubble level on it if you wanted to level it, make that right. UV index sensor for wind over here, and the vane, so you know which direction. Funnel over here to collect rain, so you know all of that. This is actually powered via a solar cell, but also must take batteries. There are 3 AA batteries that go in here. They are not included. And this measures all kinds of stuff, like I said. Battery door is over here. Unscrew the little screw that's there and put in your 3 AA batteries. In this is where this pole will fit, like that. Let's put that aside for a second, carefully. And then you get these 2 items. This is for mounting. You may use one of these or both of these. If you have a pole, and I'll just use the one that it comes with as an example here for just a moment. You see how that fits in, and that would fit over it, and then they include bolts here to bolt this together. I'm not going to get into the hardware side of it and which screw to goes where and that. Things are different sizes for different reasons. There are holes that are different sizes for different reasons. If you were out the day in kindergarten when they taught that a square peg doesn't fit a round hole, you might want to find somebody to install this for you. But otherwise, pieces just sort of fit together as such. So that can go in there, for example. And then you also have versatile mounting options with this. If you're going to mount it flat on something, then obviously that just goes in. And if you take a look, there's a little hole that goes through it. Okay, and on the other side, it's hex-shaped for the nut, so it bolts up. Same kind of idea if you're going to mount it vertically like that. So this could then go in here and then be bolted together. So as you see, this could mount on a flat surface, like if you have a flat roof or something like that, you could mount it right up there. You are going to want to access this periodically to clean out the rain sensor and all that, because other things than rain can get in there, insects and whatnot. So you're going to want to take it apart and clean it. There are instructions for that as well. So that's a general idea of how this all mounts up. What I'm going to do now is go and take this outside, and I'm going to put it in a temporary location, which is actually recommended for a week to ensure that that's a good temporary location. I'll put the batteries in it, of course, and we're going to go over the base station here. And here is the display that you're going to be seeing. So this measures all kinds of stuff, and we're going to go over that right now. As you see, there's a line here and a line here, which effectively separates the screen into 3 rows, if you will. So we're going to go across like that. Starting up here, your outdoor temperature. It's in Fahrenheit. You can set it to Celsius if you'd like. 52% humidity. Over here is your wind. Currently it's east, 89 degrees. As you go 360 in a circle as such like that. This is the dew point. Over here outside. And the feels like temperature. Now you'll notice that's the same as the actual outdoor temperature, and the reason for that is, well, twofold. One is it hasn't acclimated yet. It needs maybe an hour or so to sit, and I don't have that kind of time right now, but you'll get the idea. So that's one reason why, and the other reason why is it may actually feel like 57.1. Over here, more about wind, gusting 2.2, that's in miles per hour, can also be changed, and 1.3 is the average. So now we're going to jump over to here. This is your rain forecast and barometric pressure. So the rain, currently it's not raining. Over here is the forecast. And the forecast is kind of changing around a little bit. There's clouds coming in and out, doing stuff like that. It won't show you up to the minute stuff. The forecast there is based off of the barometric pressure. It watches for trends going up or down, and based on that can predict the weather. And that's kind of what your weatherman does, although it kind of seems like he just spins a wheel of fortune a lot of times because it's never right. This will always be right as far as what the temperatures are in that. As far as the forecast, usually pretty close based on the pressure, but there can be some days where it'll be off. Down here, time and date. So currently it's 10:28, Friday of the year 2022. Time is 12:35. I just set this manually. There's a few buttons on the side there. It's easy enough to do that. Your UV index over here, that's a lot more important in the summertime when you hear about the UV index and that, and if you should wear sunblock, that kind of stuff there. The moon phase, it's kind of a, I forget what they call that, the end of the moon, and then it would become a new moon. But it's just a little crescent, and that I do know to be true because I saw it the other night. And the sunlight, 225 watts per square meter. There are different settings for that you can use that can be set within this. And over here you have your indoor. This is kind of its own little section here. The indoor temperature, humidity, and over here is the indoor dew point. That is generally not something you're going to see in a house, although it can happen. It all depends. So if the house were to get down to 50 degrees, dew could start to form on things. And that pretty much is the long and short of this display. So it's not as complicated as it looks. You just have to sort of get an idea of where you're looking and what you're looking for. And in time, you'll know, okay, it's outdoor temperature here, indoor temperature there. That's how much rainfall we had, and that's the current pressure, and what the wind is going on up here, and your feels like, and dew point, and your time and date, and your sunlight, UV index, and moon phase. So there's a lot going on there for you. I'll show you the buttons on the side. Just turn that, that's my desk. Turn it around. So over here, you have your max and min buttons, and this will set that. We can record the maximum, minimum temperatures and wind gusts and all that kind of wonderful stuff like that. So it can do all of that, and you can view that by pressing the button there. You can set an alarm. There's actually multiple alarms that can be set. You can set an alarm to just at a particular time. You can also set alarms for the temperature. So if you have a temperature that goes above a set point or below a set point, it can ring an alarm for you, stuff like that. And the set button over here, also to select your mode, channel button, and the snooze button, which will also double to dim the backlight if you want like that. There's 3 levels of brightness. And again, if you're going to be on running on AAA batteries, then the backlight is going to go out after a period of time, and you're going to have to hit a button to wake it up. Now, as stated before, this also supports Wi-Fi, and that is going to allow you to do a few things. First and foremost, setup of the Wi-Fi is beyond the scope of this video. That's what the instruction manuals are for. It'll guide you through getting the Sainlogic app and pairing up with that. And this can also do other things, so let me explain. You have the Sainlogic app, and what that's going to do for you is pretty much transmit the information you see on the panel here to your phone or your tablet or anything like that. So now you can view that stuff right there. Another thing you can do is register your weather station with either Weather Underground, that's W Underground, or Weather Cloud. And with that, you program your station in, and then it will report that back to those particular sites, one or both, depending on what you set up. And you can even log into that and view that data that is being sent there. It's basically just another point of data to help in the aggregate of what the weather actually is. So a lot of neat stuff you can do with the Wi-Fi on that. Once again, that was beyond the scope of this video, but as far as everything that the panel here displays and that it does between dew points, wind speed and direction, UV index and moon phase, sunlight, wattage, and everything else. There's tons of information here that you can get at a glance. All around, an excellent weather station from Sainlogic. If you'd like to purchase this item, I'll leave a link in the video description where you can find the item available for sale on Amazon. Thanks for watching. Make sure you click like, make sure you click subscribe, and take care. We'll see you next time. Bye-bye.